Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Okay, so I saw this.
Yeah.
This is according to NFL research. The Saints ended the game on Sunday against Carolina with 207 total yards. That's not the NFL research part. That's just you read a box score, you see that. That is the lowest total yardage in a victory since 1997 in a win over the Seattle Seahawks, 26 years ago, when the Saints were coached by Mike Ditka. That is a stunning amount of futility. That you went 26 years between winning games with that small of an offensive output. To take it a step further, since the merger in 1970, teams that have amassed 207 or fewer total yards are 25 and 175. Basically, 1 out of 7 times you do that, you'll win. Pretty incredible that the Saints were able to play that poorly and win the football game. That is an illustration of how bad Carolina sucks. But the Saints got a win that they absolutely had to get. Dennis Allen met with reporters on Monday recapping this win. And listen, you've got 4 games left. And it's just very clear. I mean, I don't need to spell this out for you, but in these last 4 games, you're going to have to win at least, just because of the way that it's going to fall with tiebreakers and in the division, you're going to have to win 3 of these games, at least, to be able to win this division. Now, if Tampa or Atlanta wins out, then you're SOL, specifically Tampa, because they've got the tiebreaker over you right now. But you're going to have to win at least 3 and probably get some help. Dennis Allen was asked, what he's hoping to see over these last 4 games in the last quarter of the season.
Our mindset last week was, going 1-0 and just focusing on Carolina and winning a game at home against Carolina. That was our focus last week. Our focus this week is going to be on the New York Giants and trying to win that game at home. And we're not going to look too far into the future about anything else. We're going to focus on the task at hand try to go to the Dome and get another win.
The Giants come to the Superdome this week, and I know if you watch Monday Night Football, you saw the Giants score a win over Green Bay 24-22. Really impressive performance, actually, considering the adversity. The Giants looked like they were about to salt the game away. Saquon Barkley's running free down the right sideline. The Giants are going to get points, might just salt away the game. He gets tripped up, goes to the ground, fumbles without being contacted. The Packers get the ball, they go down and score. I mean, the whole place is shell-shocked, and there's Tommy DeVito, Paisan, leads the game-winning drive, and Randy Bullock kicks the game-winning field goal as time expires, and the Giants beat the Packers, who had been one of the hotter teams in the NFC, 24-22. So I think it's easy to look at that and say, man, the Saints really struggled against Carolina, and now they got to play the Giants, who are better than Carolina, which is true, but, I mean, everybody's better than Carolina. But remember, the Giants still have Tommy DeVito at quarterback, who's not a great player. It's a fun story. He's not a great player. And they have to go from playing a Monday night football game. So not only playing on Monday, but Monday night, so 1 fewer day of preparation, and they have to travel. So that is a huge disadvantage for the Giants this week coming to the Dome. The Saints have an extra day to prepare, an extra day to heal, all that stuff. Their week isn't as compressed, and they're at home. So, yes, I know the Giants won that game against Green Bay, and they've won 3 in a row. They beat Washington, New England, and now Green Bay. That's 3 in a row for the Giants, which is a nice way to get on track after they were 2-8. But ultimately, this is still a team that's just 2-5 away from home, and it certainly favors the Saints. The Saints should get this game at home against the Giants. As a matter of fact, Saints are a 6-point home favorite in this football game. A couple of the things that Dennis Allen updated on Monday as well. He was asked if they still have confidence in Blake Grupe. Now, Grupe's field goal percentage on the season has dropped below 80%. He's at 77% on the year, which is atrocious in 2023. If the Mendoza line is 80%, you've got to be above 80%. The average field goal percentage in the NFL right now is 85%. So to be at 77% is wholly unacceptable, and he snap hooked a 29-yarder, which I know he stared at the holder, and I mean, you could blame all you want for the laces and everything like that. It's 29 yards. I don't care if the laces are in or if you're kicking it with a steel-toe boot. You got to be able to make that. In any event, here was Allen on his confidence level in Blake Grupe.
I mean, he understands that he needs to kick the ball through the uprights. I think we all know that. I think he's a really talented young kicker. Sometimes with young players at any position, you're going to have some ups and downs. I've seen a number of kickers in our league that have had early struggles that are extremely talented and gone on to have exceptional careers. So we're going to let him fight through some of these struggles a little bit, and hopefully he'll continue to get better and we'll have some more consistency.
That's completely true. When you've seen kickers that struggle early find themselves and go on to great careers. I mean, we saw that with Garrett Hartley early in his career, who struggled and then really got on track for the playoff push in 2009 and kicked the most famous field goals in the history of this organization. And then shortly thereafter fell off again. He was great when they needed him to be great, but wasn't great before or really after for very long after the Super Bowl run. So that's true, but it's also not a league where you can redshirt a guy and patiently wait for him to be productive in season 3, 4 of his career. Like, you're being paid, you have to go deliver. If you don't, you have to find a replacement. I don't know how much more of this they can take with Blake Grupe. You've got to find a better option. Look at Randy Bullock with the Giants. Hit the game winner yesterday. That's a journeyman kicker who's been in and out the league and is finding a spot right now with the Giants, and success is fleeting in the NFL. Same could be said for Jimmy Graham, who at one point in his career was arguably I don't know that I would say the best tight end in the league, because he was still in the league at a time where Rob Gronkowski was going wild over the league. But Jimmy Graham was one of the best red zone threats and certainly had one of the best stretches that we've seen over a 3-year span in NFL history from a tight end. And his success after he left New Orleans was tough to come by, from Seattle and Chicago and Green Bay. And now he's back in New Orleans, and this is unfortunately a guy who just vanished. I mean, he caught the touchdown against Green Bay. He had one target against New England. We didn't see him again until the Detroit game. And now back-to-back weeks, he's got touchdown receptions. So on the season, he's got 4 catches on 5 targets. 3 of the 4 catches are touchdowns. And for a team that has been the worst in the NFL in the red zone, it's hard to fathom why you wouldn't have a red zone target, a threat like Jimmy Graham on the field. Dennis Allen was asked why it took so long to get Jimmy Graham involved.
The number of snaps that he's played has been limited, even in the last couple of games. The one thing that we feel like, man, there's an area of the field that we feel like this player can help us, and that's in the red area. And he's done that the last couple of weeks. And but there's a lot of other snaps that go along in the game other than just the red area. So I think we got to continue to look at that balance. But I think he's earned the right to get some more snaps.
By the way, the Saints have seen their red zone touchdown conversion percentage boost up to 50%, which has them tied with Seattle, Tampa, and Carolina for 22nd in the NFL. So the Jets, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, the Giants, Raiders, Vikings, Broncos, all below where the Saints are in the red zone right now. But some of the recent success has had them tick up a smidge to 50% now touchdowns in the red zone, thanks in part to Jimmy Graham getting a couple touchdowns the past 2 weeks. All right, Saints and Giants this weekend. Again, Giants traveling on a short week after playing Monday Night Football. The Saints get the extra day here, relative to the Giants anyway, and they are at home. Got to win. Saints got to win this weekend at home to give yourself a shot over the final 3. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.